What up, everybody? Who is up right now? It is almost 10 o'clock where I am in Tampa, Florida. I'm going live. I've had coaching call after coaching call, mindset coaching call after coaching call. The third Thursday of every single month is the busiest for me. So I did a CEO mindset call. I did a high level ticket coaching program mindset call. I did my high coaching call for agency owners, founders, and CEOs. And then I did a team coaching call. And I have to be honest with those of you who are watching. I have more to give. I have more to say. And so what I'm going to do tonight is I just really want you all to hear 3 things about relationships that are on my heart. You are going to see over the next several days me talking a lot about relationships because I am in the process of enroll. My course is open, Tuning into Love. And I mentioned this on yesterday's live, but I'll mention it again, that the reason why I'm doing this now is I only open this course up once a year. I open it once a year, and after I open it up, it's done. So don't miss it if this sounds like something your heart is pulling you toward. But I only release this course during Pride Month because Pride Month reminds me of my own journey of healing my own trauma and relationships, the journey I've gone to restore relationships, to heal pieces of me, to step into my worthiness, the love that God has for me, forgiveness, like all these core things that have allowed me to experience a more joyful, abundant life in my business too. And so part of what I do every year around this time is I feel called to go live, share some videos, share some really amazing free content. And then after those days where I share the live videos, I take them all down and then they become bonuses. So if you haven't been watching these lives, you need to do this because this is an amazing free content and it's going to be taken down and it won't be up forever. And so tonight, because I've had all these other coaching calls today, this is the first opportunity I could. And I guess the first question is anyone still up? Can you hear me and see me? Before I go into this, I just want at least a couple of comments saying, yes, Brandon, we hear you. Yes, we see you. Yes, all is good. So just please, if you're watching, just comment so that I can see that I'm good to go before I go into my spill. I see a couple of people are watching live. I got a comment. Yes, thank you, Boo. I appreciate you recognizing and hearing me so I can continue. So what I want to talk about tonight, I actually shared this in my high-level coaching program, Born to Slay, today, but I wanted to share it again for all of you because it's just so incredibly important. And I love providing some extra value out there for you all. And I wanted to share 3 things tonight before I go to bed that I've learned over 17 years of healing relationship trauma, relationship wounds, working on myself, and at this point, helping tons of other people heal their relationships too. 3 things that I wanted to share with you. I'm going to do my best to be brief and succinct, but you know I love going on tangents. So the first thing I want to say is that relationships teach us about our own insecurities and worthiness, the wounds that we need to heal. The reason why worthiness is so incredibly important in our lives is that if we don't feel like we're worthy of having something, we are resistant to allowing that thing to come into our life. It's why perfectionism is a disease, because if you think it has to be perfect before it's good enough to receive the clients or receive the money or to have the relationship and you expect yourself to be perfect, then you're basically saying what you're doing is not good enough to receive what you ask for. And that really is a worthiness issue, because when you feel unworthy, usually you're carrying around guilt and shame. You're carrying around self-judgments of yourself based on what other people have said about you. And this is what I want you to hear about number 3. When people say something about you, this could be a friend, a family member, a significant other, it could be a client, could be a business partner, it could be a lot of different things. But when someone says something that is about you and they're making a statement, it is based on that human being's perspective and perception of you. Perspective and perception. And oftentimes it's based on their own belief system, their own pattern of thoughts. Where it hurts us is when they say something negative that a piece of us is in agreement with. Because if someone says something to you that's negative, like you're never going to find a job, you don't have a college degree, or you're gay, so you're going to hell, whatever it is, when someone says something to you that hurts you, it's because it only hurts you if you are in agreement with that thing. If you don't believe it's true and you know it not to be true, it doesn't bother you. So the beautiful thing when people are mean to you or hurt you, let me rephrase that. I don't like the way that came out. No, it is accurate. When someone treats you bad or treats you poorly and it hurts you, the beauty in it is that it's showing you what needs to be healed that you view about yourself. It doesn't mean what the person did is right, doesn't mean what the person is acceptable, does not mean what the person is okay, does not mean that they should not have done it, that they shouldn't have been mean to you or said mean things or whatever it is, or that you deserved it. It doesn't mean any of those things. But what it does mean is that if it does hurt you, then you got to ask yourself, why does it bother me? What pieces of me are in agreement? The best example I ever heard about this from Jack Canfield's book, The Success Principles, where he said, if someone says you have blue hair and you don't have blue hair, it wouldn't bother you. So the only time that it bothers you when someone says something negative about you is when you're in agreement. There's also a book called The 5 Agreements that talks about the same principle if you all want some further reading. So that's number 3. Number 2 is relationships allow us to receive God's love, joy, and abundance in ways we couldn't otherwise receive it. I was talking to a one-on-one coaching client today, and actually it was yesterday. And part of the journal work I had given her was, what are your perceived weaknesses? Notice I said the word perceived because it's her perception that it's a weakness, but it's not actually truth. Because when you realize that you are created by your creator, the person who created the whole entire universe, which is beautiful and amazing and really perfect in every way, then you realize that you, as being a creation from God, are actually really amazing, and there's nothing weak or any weakness about you at all. Which means that when you perceive a weakness, really what you're saying is my strength is not in that area. And the reason why you're not strong in every area is for 2 reasons. One is because life is about co-creation. You and God, you and the universe working together. So if you were strong in every area, you wouldn't need co-creation. You wouldn't need God's help. Okay? So that's the first reason. The second reason is that the reason we exist on planet as human beings, why we are social creatures, is because we want to belong. We are made to be social creatures. And we all have different strengths. We all have different skill sets. And so the reason why you don't have the same strengths as other people is because other people are supposed to bless your life with their strengths. And you're supposed to bless their lives with your strength. That's why your business, your gift to the world, is what your zone of genius is. That's the best way for you to show love. And so I say that because there's a lot of you all have been watching this who are intrigued and excited and thinking about, oh man, I wonder if this relationship course is right for me. And if you've been hurt by someone who you love, adore in your life, whether it's a friend, family, significant other, mom, dad, whoever it is, whenever a human hurts you, it erodes some self-trust to trust humans in general. Same thing of like, if you tell yourself you're going to do something, you don't do it, it erodes like your own self-trust with yourself. And so the danger of not healing past relationship trauma is that you start to create these walls and these barriers to not allow people to actually bless you in your lives. And in Napoleon Hill's book, Think and Grow Rich, he gives a ton of reasons why people don't succeed in their business in their life. But the number one reason was people simply quit. And in the book, he outlines the 4 main reasons of how to prevent yourself from quitting. And one of the most important reasons is angels and encouragers. That is a tribe of people on earth who are meant to help you in your journey and encourage you to greatness with what you do. And so that's why if you haven't healed trauma with relationships and you don't trust people because of things that happened in your childhood or as an adult, not doing that work is very dangerous, because you can prevent yourself from experiencing the full extent of the support, the structure, the encouragement that God can give to you through other people in your life. And then number 1 is that people provide us with opportunities to be miracle workers. Just like how I said, other people can be extensions of God's love in your life. You have the opportunity to be extensions of God's love in their lives. And whatever you give, you come back. So the danger, and again, not healing past relationship or emotional trauma, is that you don't feel safe to give your love, because you feel if you give your love or if you're vulnerable, people are going to take advantage of it, or they're going to betray you, or what have you. So you're actually stopping the flow of love from you into other people's life. And when you stop circulating it, it's not coming back to you the full force that it can. Because what you create from, you get more of. And what you give always comes back to you. And it's also why every single major religion talks about the power of forgiveness. Because the power of forgiveness in relationships, which a lot of people just simply don't understand, is that it restores the flow of love. And when you forgive situations and circumstances and people, and you restore the flow of love, watch out, because that in of itself is a miracle. And a miracle is when you replace fear with love. And if you're not allowing people to bless your life because you're afraid of being hurt in relationships, you're choosing to build a wall out of fear, which means you're resistant to allowing love in your life. And if you are not moving forward in relationships to give love freely and help people, you're also doing that out of fear, because you're afraid that what you give won't come back to you and people are going to take advantage of you and stomp all over it, because you're holding on to past emotional trauma. You're holding on to past things that happen in relationships. And if you want a better life, if you want a better business, you got to restore the flow of love. You got to let more love in, more than you ever have before, which is why this relationship course called Tuning into Love is all about. It is 8 weeks, actually 9 weeks, because week 9 I'm filming live. Yay! So excited adding you to the course. It's going to be amazing. And it's open for enrollment. Tomorrow is actually the last day to get the early bird special discount code. It's going to go back up in price. I mean, regardless if you sign up tomorrow or sign up later, I think it's like $600 off right now. I don't know. I have to check my math. But the discount, Tuning 15, will give you even more off. And if you are a graduate from Born to Slay, my high-level mindset mastermind program, you get even a larger discount. So check your email booth if you haven't already done that. And just make sure you all don't miss this opportunity. I'm so passionate about confidence, but when it comes to Pride Month, and I remember my own journey of forgiveness and healing and just restoring love to so many people that I care so much about. Isn't it funny how the people you love the most have the opportunity to hurt you the most, and the people you love the most, you sometimes hurt the most? It's ironic, isn't it? But you can always restore the love. And when you restore the love, it just changes everything in your life. It's amazing. I love you all so much. My husband is probably wondering, why is he not in bed right now and going to bed? I love you, Dustin. Have an amazing night. I will put the link down in the comments for you all so you all have it. And keep checking my stories. Keep checking, my page, the group. Like, you're going to see so much inspirational content on relationships. Just don't miss that early bird if you want to save some extra money and you're feeling that tug on your heartstrings already. I love you all so much, and I hope you have an amazing night.